host of Hannity, Sean Hannity, is in focus now, and he's right next to me here from the Fox Patriot
I don't
Awards.
get to see you enough. Our hours are so different. We've been friends for a long time. It's great to be with you. Great to see you. And thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It is good. We don't connect enough, but this is perfect because we're going to get some real good FaceTime. Let me ask you about this squeaky majority. And I say squeaky tight because there's still races to be called. If Republicans pick up more, great. It's not going to be that much more.
My guess is 222. If you,
that's where you're going?
After I look at all the numbers, I think it's around 222.
So lay it out for me. What should the priorities be for Republicans right now?
First, I would remind people, the moment you see the gavel handed over to Kevin McCarthy from Nancy Pelosi, that's going to be a big moment. Nancy Pelosi in the last Congress had a very small majority, and we got to witness all that she did and was able to get accomplished in their agenda. You cannot underestimate the power of that gavel. And I think Republicans laid down a marker this morning. There are going to be some significant, serious investigations. You know, if you go back, I think it is Joe Biden made definitive statements that he never had a conversation with his son, Hunter, about his foreign business dealings. We know that's not true. A vice president would never leverage $1 billion of taxpayer money to get a prosecutor in Ukraine fired. And then it turns out his son is being paid millions. And he goes on Good Morning America and admits he has no experience at all whatsoever. We know in Russia, we have the former First Lady of Moscow. We know about the $3.5 million, but there was also a $100 million investment she made into Hunter's financial investments, especially in real estate. Then you got all sorts of stuff going on in China. You have a Chinese national taking Hunter Biden and his family on a $100,000 shopping spree, and then the $1.5 billion deal with the Bank of China. Now, take it one step further. The FBI has had Hunter's laptop for a long time, and this is going to be another investigation that Jim Jordan is going to be conducting. And what we know is that he implicates repeatedly his father. Tony Bobulinski will be on Hannity tonight. Tony Bobulinski was in meetings with Hunter and Joe Biden talking about his foreign business affairs. Where I think this ultimately goes, probably the biggest pay-to-play scandal in the history of the country.
So, Sean, what people care about most with regard to this is, does it touch the president? Because if it does, it puts us as a nation in a capitulated position, potentially, with foreign, governments. We don't know what was done. It could even be a national security issue.
Listen, I've been bringing this up for the longest period of time, that I do believe the Biden family is compromised. It made no sense to end the Keystone XL pipeline while simultaneously granting a waiver for Vladimir Putin to build his Nord Stream 2 pipeline. I don't think the president has any power with China. But if you go to the laptop, there are numerous references that Hunter himself makes implicating his own father, the big guy complaining about having to pay for repairs at his house. He takes half my income. 10%, 15% set aside for the big guy. And of course,
they'll say those things were jokes and so on and so forth. But what you said two things three things I wrote down. Definitive statements by the president. And when you say definitive statements, we have them on video. So we've got receipts of that. You're talking about the president doesn't have any power with China. Well, didn't we just see that play out on a world stage? I want to get to this. One top priority for the new majority House Republicans is to battle President Biden's radical green agenda with the goal of creating American energy independence and, in the near term, lowering energy costs for struggling families. Here's Larry Kudlow.
The Biden's radical climate change central planning policies that they want to wipe out oil and gas and somehow substitute with windmills and solar would never have the power to fire up our great factories and plants. Something is wrong with that thinking.
The government's energy agency says home heating oil in the United States is expected to jump by 45% this winter. And diesel prices, already sky high, are going to explode well over $5 a gallon through the end of the year. And today it's $5.34 a gallon. So we could near probably $6 is what experts are saying. But progressive Democrats are pushing for the administration to go even further on climate. In a letter to the climate czar, John Kerry, who loves to take private jets and has a huge carbon footprint. He should be ashamed of himself. But anyway, We have both a moral and strategic responsibility, he says, to provide comprehensive support for countries facing climate disaster, including debt forgiveness and reparations. We could spend a whole hour on John Kerry and his hypocrisy, but let's focus in
by the way,
on...
at the conferences, the place is full of private jets.
Oh, 100%.
And then, of course, they're eating expensive Angus beef at the conferences also, which is funny.
Yeah.
I will say this, and maybe you can explain it to me, Harris, because it makes no sense to me. If the issue of climate is about we want to protect the Earth, that's their argument. If that is their goal, then somebody has to explain to me why it's okay to import oil from Russia, to send emissaries to deal with countries like Venezuela, to try and make a deal with Iran, to beg OPEC, and Joe Biden begged the Saudis for oil when we have more domestic energy resources than any other country on the face of the earth. If you want to fix our inflation problem, you want to lower the price of diesel, you want to make sure that people don't have to pay a 45% increase heating their homes this winter, best thing we can do is accept the reality that in the near term, defined by decades, we don't have any other alternative. It's the lifeblood of the world's economy.
So you said the president doesn't have power with China. I argue the president doesn't have power with the green, the green advocates in his own party.
I call them the climate alarmist cult in Congress.
Yeah, he doesn't have power.
Agreed.
Right there. Okay, one more. Sean, you just mentioned this critics calling out staggering hypocrisy among climate activists and all of this, the VIP dinner at the climate summit in Egypt. And Sean even knew what was on the menu, so let's get into it. It featured a $100 piece of Angus beef and seafood options, despite pushing an anti-meat agenda and being, kind to all things living. Attendees could also purchase a $125 cocktail box, which included foie gras, which both animal and climate activists have protested against for abuses to the animals as well as the carbon footprint to produce that food. Cut to next week, when inflation will hit Americans hard. Prices of all of your Thanksgiving foods, your faves, are going up significantly over last year. Experts predicting the entire dinner will cost 20% more this year. And in fact, some people are making decisions, Sean, I've interviewed some of them, where, we're just not going to do 8 different sides. We'll do 4.
There's a lot of talk about people buying pizza for Thanksgiving and foregoing the traditional turkey dinner. What's sad about this, if we would remain energy independent, and I'm an all-of-the-above person. If you give me cheaper, cleaner energy, I'm in. Tell me what it is, though. And we don't have that technology. We've not advanced to the point where we can mass produce it. We don't have the capability of building grids upon it. So in the meantime, the lifeblood of the world's economy is oil, gas, and coal, period.
It feels like the 70s and 80s. I mean, seriously, it feels like we made no progress in this, except for 2 years ago we had made progress because we were looking at energy independence. Oh, we said it at the same time.
$2 a gallon gasoline.
Real quick, you mentioned grids, right? 80% of the grids in this country are supported by fossil fuels and or coal. And the president is making deals for dirty oil on the one hand, and he wants to kill coal. I wonder how Senator Manchin feels about the person in the White House now.
If Herschel Walker wins, it's going to be interesting. Remember, when he did that deal with Schumer and the president, he was promised a pipeline. That pipeline is not forthcoming. Just before Election Day, Joe Biden said no more coal. Joe Manchin spoke out very firmly about it.
I remember.
And then also he said no more drilling offshore or onshore. Here's the problem. The people that are being hurt the most in this country because of these energy policies and this fanaticism, as I call it, are the poor, the middle class, and people on fixed incomes. It is killing the American economy. We could lower our inflation rate. We can save a fortune on, when we fill up our gas tanks. Everything would be cheaper.
We can heat our homes. There's so much we can do.
There's so much we can do. It impacts everything.
Thank you for being here.
I never get to see it. I could stay for the whole 2 hours.
Well, you don't have to go, but I do have to go to a commercial.
Got to pay the bills.
Good to see you.
Hey, great to see you, Harris. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.